Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Liliana, Woman with a Vision. I am Liliana, Woman with a Vision. So today, y'all, I saw this saying, and it said, let's try this again. Let's try this again. And I thought about myself because I've been wanting to do what I'm doing right now, and I've tried to do it like 2 or 3 times. And every time I would go back and I would make the videos and I would delete them. And I would start all over again. And I would talk about consistency and doing it. And then things would happen in my life and I would just stop. I would just completely stop. But I saw that saying today and it said, let's try this again. And I thought about myself and I was like, yeah, let's try this again. Let's try this again. It definitely was meant for me to see that because I'm trying this again. I'm not only trying this again, but this time I'm doing this completely. I know this is my destiny. I know this is what God has called me to do. I've been doing this for years. When I turned 40 years old, there was definitely something different. Like God allowed me to start seeing people and seeing things differently. You know, he allowed me to be on a different level in my life and to see life differently. It's almost like I changed overnight. I woke up one day and like I wasn't the same person. Actually, when I turned about 34 years old, it was change. There was change in me. I could see my life kind of rotating and I started kind of moving differently, and I started kind of looking at people differently and just seeing things differently. And I'm like, man, I didn't see that before. Or, why did this person do this? I didn't see that, you know. Or, why did this person say this? Or why did this person do this? Or why am I doing this? Or why am I doing that? Really things. But as soon as I turned 40, it really started to heighten my senses of where I was in my life. Reality for me changed. I changed. So because of all of the things that I had experienced and because of all of the things that I've been through in my life, I changed. I kind of kept myself secluded, and I talked about this yesterday in my video, Don't Give Up. I put myself in a bubble. And when I say I put myself in a bubble, meaning that I cut off a lot of people out of my life. I just cut them off. It was no communication. No communication. Sometimes I would see you in instances where I had to be around people. There was no communication. I have to go to work. I have to go to the store. I only was doing things that I had to do. You know, my kids are older, so I spend a lot of time with them, but I have to do things with them. So that was a have to. I have to do things with them. I have to go to their school. I have to participate in things that they want to do, or they have to go outside and enjoy life. But my kids are older now, so most of the things that they do without me. So there's no need for mom, you know. All of my kids are adults, except for one. She'll be an adult legally in a few months. So, you know, not only, you know, my life has changed. You know, I don't have any little kids anymore running around. And I've been working for a very, very long time, and it seemed like that was just a shift. And I started to look at my coworkers and like, what y'all doing? Like, why are you doing things like that? Like everything, I started to question everything in my life. What am I doing here on this job? Why am I here? Why am I here? I know I'm here to make money, but this is not what I enjoy doing. You know, I'm not happy. I'm happy because I have money to be able to pay my bills and to provide for my family. Of course, they need me, but I'm not happy here. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And I would go to work every day and know that this is not what I want to do. Oh, God. But I would do it anyway. Regardless, I would do it anyway. But it wasn't my happy. You know, I want to be happy. I want to be financially stable, but I also want to be happy being financially stable. And I just found myself, anything that you do in life, no matter if you work a job, work at home, work for yourself, have your own business, LLC, whatever, I felt like at some point that it was important for me to be happy. And getting online and making these videos, it made me happy. And I was like, you know what? This makes me happy. This not only makes me happy, but I know this is what God is calling me to do. So let's do this again. When I saw that saying, so let's do this again, I know this is what God has called me to do, so let's do this again. Timing is everything. Maybe before, it just wasn't my time to do it yet. And that's why I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because it wasn't my time. It wasn't my season. Your time and the season, and it wasn't the season for, it wasn't time for me to do it. It was not time. Maybe I needed more growth. I needed to humble myself. I needed to go through more things. And God said, just a little while longer. But I'm going to make sure that the time is right for you to go forth and do this. That's my message today. If it's anything that you're trying to do in your life, now is your time. Now is your season. If you started it before and you failed and you didn't quite make it, don't give up. Try it again. Let's try this again. Try it again. Do not give up. I don't care if it failed 20 times. Try it again. Most of the most wealthiest people on the face of this earth, when they first started out, they failed. They failed. They got bankrupt. They spent all of their money. But guess what? They tried it again. Try it again. Trust and believe in God. Know that He is on your side. And in everything that you do, know that God is on your side. Try it again. Let's try this again. That's my message for today. Let's try this again. Know that God will always be with you. He is always with you in every way that you go. And know that timing is everything. You may feel like you don't have the support from people like you want. You may feel like, well, no one is going to support me, or I don't have people around me to be supportive to me. Everything that we do, you do need people. You need people around you, but you need good people around you. Maybe it was not meant for you to do it in that time because you didn't have the right people around you who were going to encourage you, who were going to uplift you, who were going to stand by your side no matter what was going on. Not people around you who are thinking negative, doing negative things, talking down to you. You need people around you who are going to encourage you no matter what, who are going to stand by your side no matter what. Maybe God hadn't placed you in that, around those people yet. They were not in your circle yet, because God is send you everybody that you need to be right there for you. It's timing. It's timing. Timing is everything. Know that He will send you the people that you need. Sometimes you don't even have to go anywhere. You don't have to do nothing. God will send the people that you need to you. Put forth effort and start. Whatever it is that you want to do, put forth some effort. Stop sitting there. You're talking about you want to make more money. You're talking about you're tired of living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is right there. You have to step out on faith. Put your trust and faith in God. Know that He's with you. And even if you fail, you always have room to start over. Even if you fail, there's nothing saying that you can't not start over. You're going to learn from the fail. You're going to learn from your mistakes. Every time that you do something and it does not work out, you're going to learn from each thing that you go through. Each thing is a lesson. Okay, I did this wrong that time. Let me do it right this time. Let me change it a little bit and do it this time. Okay, let me change the whole thing. Let me do it right this time. Let me tell you something. Let's do this thing again. If you failed 10 times, okay, that's fine. Let's do this thing again. Do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on what God has for you. Do not give up on your destiny. Do not give up. That was my message yesterday. Do not give up. Let's do this thing again. Because there's someone out there, you keep trying to do it. You keep trying to do it and you feel like, well, I'm not getting everything that I need and no one is supporting me. Don't worry about that. God going to send the supporters. God is going to send the people in your life that you need. Do not give up. Let's try this thing again. I'm going to keep on saying that. Let's try this thing again. Because someone out here needs to hear that. That was encouraging to me to see it because of the journey that I'm going on, because of what I'm trying to do for me. But it also is an encouragement for someone else out there. We doing this thing again. We're going to do this thing again. We're going to do this thing together. We're going to do this thing together. You ready? Because I'm ready. Come on, y'all. Get yourself together. Stop doubting. There's going to be people that going to be hating on you. What is he or she trying to do? What they trying to do? It's going to be some negativity. Overlook it. Keep on going. Keep on going. Don't worry about what people saying. Them people that's talking, they not for you. And that's fine. They on their own journey. Don't worry about them. That little boy say on that video, don't worry about me. Don't worry about don't worry about it. They're right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about them. Concentrate on you. Stay focused on your dreams. Stay focused on your vision. Stay focused on what God has for you. Stay focused on your journey. God gonna bring you out of it. No matter what the situation, He gonna bring you out of it. He's setting you up. Everything that you've done in your life, in your past, all of the trials and the tribulations and things that you have went through, God is setting you up to succeed. He is preparing you. In your everyday daily life, them people on the job, God was preparing me. See, nobody ever knew about the things that I went through on jobs and the people that I encountered because I don't talk about it. I never talked about it. I put myself in a bubble and it was just me by myself. I never talked about it. But I want to talk about my stories. Now I want to tell my truth because I feel like what I went through is going to encourage someone else. I want to pour into you the things that I've been through, the things that, and let you know that God is going to work it out for you. If He worked it out for me, He'll work it out for you. He's going to work it out for you. Stop sitting around feeling sad. If you got a job and you ready to move up to a position, go to your boss and it's another open position for you to move up and make more money, or for you to move up and really use that degree that you got, that you done paid all this money for, all this tuition. You know, you paying them student loans back. Let me tell you something. If you step out on faith, go to God and pray to Him. Say, hey, God, this is what I want to do. Talk to Him. God is your friend. He's the truest, realest friend you ever had. Talk to Him. Step out on faith. Go talk to your boss. Go tell him, hey, I want this news. I want this. I was considering going and the new position that is open. Talk to God. Get on your knees and talk to Him. And step out on faith. And do what makes you happy. We sitting around with you working jobs and you're not happy and you're not making it and you're complaining about what's going on and you're not making enough and you've been sitting there doing this for years. Now it's time for you to step out on faith. Trust and believe in God. God is going to make a way for you. He's going to make a way. He's not going to let you... Let me tell you something. God is not like man. He's preparing you for your now. He's preparing you for the future. Everything that you're going through. That's how much he loves you. His love is different. His love is different. Put yourself in his presence. Get down on your knees and pray. Soak yourself in the Spirit of God. I say soak yourself. When I say soak yourself, I mean soak. I'm not talking about soak yourself like put water on you. I'm saying soak yourself like water. Get in God's Spirit. Get in his word. Pray. Meditate. Soak yourself in God. I'm telling you something. That's what you got to do to make it. And you got to try this thing again. Stop trying to give up on me. He said, stop trying to give up on me. I'm right here by your side. Just because you may hit a few obstacles, that don't mean that you give up on him. He allowed those obstacles to happen for a reason. He wants to see how you're going to react. That's a test. How you going to react to this? But he has a reason and he has a purpose for everything that he does. It's making you a little stronger. Are you too weak to go do this? Let me allow this to happen so you can get a little stronger in this area. So you can get a little stronger in that area because he knows your destiny. He knows what's meant for you to do. He knows who you are and what you're going to be in the end. He knows this. So he allowed you. Let me allow them to meet this person and they going to do this. I know you may feel like, why would God do that to me? It's all a lesson. He's different from us. He going to take you through it in a way that's different from the way you feel. You may feel like, why am I going through this at the time you're going through it? But he's preparing you. He's preparing you for what's sure to come. I can tell you my story. I know that God meant for me to meet the people that I met. It was hurtful at the time because I didn't understand why. I'm like, why are these people coming for me like this? But God let me know some people out here like that. That's how they're gonna be. Can you withstand that? If I sent you out here on the journey to be a speaker, be it motivational, a preacher, a teacher, to speak to my people, can you handle a person that's going to act this way? How you going to handle it? That's why he sent me the places that he sent me to work. It was preparing me. I got to send this person. Here they come. How you going to handle it? Because you're going to come across people like this on your journey. You're going to come across people who are going to try to get over you. You're going to come across people who are just going to lie and make up all kind of stuff about you. How you going to handle it? You got to know how to handle yourself out here in this world. You know, people will make the statement that I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. And that's good. That's good. But you also got to know the world too. You need to know the world too. If you're stepping into something and you thinking of, and you know that God is letting you know, God is letting you know, or God has let you know that your destiny or your journey is going to be speaking to his people, and you saying, I'm in the world but not of the world, let me tell you something. You better know the world. You better know their tactics. You better know their tactics. And when you see something that's not right, take you a moment and say, God, now I just saw whatever it is. And he will answer you if what you saw is the truth. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You can't be I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. That's fine. But you got to know. You got to know. You got to know what's going on. You need to know how people are. Everywhere I went, all the people that I met, different kind of people. I'm just talking about all different nationalities, all different races, all different types of people doing all kind of things, the good and the bad. The good and the bad. The good and the bad. My senses heightened. And I know y'all like, what you mean by your senses heightened? My senses heightened when I was about 34. Remember I told you that? I said earlier that about 34 years old, that was something a little different. I could see clearly the good and bad in people. I ignored it because at the time that wasn't something that I was concentrating on. But I saw it. I know that this is a gift from God because I was that way at 5 years old. I'm going to tell this story. When I was about 5 years old, my mother was going to school. My brother was younger than me, and he was in preschool, and I had 2 sisters, and they were in school, so they had to go to school. And I started elementary school, but I only went to kindergarten half a day. I was 5 years old. So I went from in the evening time. I think it was like 11:30 to 2:30 or something like that. So I could walk home with one of my sisters because one of my sisters was still in elementary school with me. But in the morning, when my mother had to go where she needed to go to, I needed a babysitter. My first year in elementary school, I had to go to a babysitter. I had never been to no babysitter before in my life. I had to go to a babysitter. There was a lady that my mother knew that went to church with one of my aunties. So my mother felt like she knew it. She stayed in the same area that we stayed in. And she asked the lady babysat kids. And she asked the lady, can I come to her house? Will she babysit me? And she said, sure. And I went, and my mother packed my lunch and packed my breakfast. And she sent me on down every day to go to the lady house so she can watch me. And the lady had kids, and she had a husband. But I couldn't stay there. The first day, I knew something was wrong. The first day I got there, I sat there. Y'all, I told the lady, can I watch cartoons on your TV in the living room? Mind you, I got my school clothes on, so I don't want to go lay down nowhere because I don't want to wrinkle up my school clothes. Even though I was 5, I acted a little older because at 5 years old, I had teenage sisters. So yes, I acted a little older than what I was at 5 years old. I was the 5-year-old that could read the cereal boxes, the hard words on the cereal boxes. I could read, I could write. I could read, write everything before I even got to the kindergarten. Because I had older sisters that taught me a lot of things before I actually got to the kindergarten or even got in school. And I didn't go to preschool. So yes, I was home taught by my sisters and my mom. So, you know, my senses were a little bit stronger at that age. But still, that was also something that was very special about me. I knew when I was around people that I felt uncomfortable from the day I walked in the door. The house was dark. They didn't open up the curtains. It was a little light shining through the curtains just a little bit. I didn't want to go upstairs. I wasn't sleepy, so I didn't want to go upstairs. And I asked the lady, can I watch cartoons on TV? She told me no. I said, well, nobody's watching the TV. She told me no. Do you all know that I can remember what was playing on TV? It was MTV was on at the time. MTV was playing. And it was some rock videos that was playing on the TV. And I asked her, can I just sit here and watch videos? I'm not going to mess with nothing. She told me, no, go upstairs and get in the bed with my daughter. I said, but I'm not sleepy and I got my school clothes on. I don't want to wake her up and make no noises, you know, if your daughter sleeps. She said, no, go upstairs and go back to sleep. I said, okay. So I went upstairs in the room, man. It was a mattress on the floor, not a bed, just a mattress. And there was a little girl in there asleep. I sat on the floor next to the mattress because I wasn't sleepy. If it wasn't for the light shining in the bathroom, I would have been terrified. I probably would have sat there and put my jacket over my head or something because I was been scared because I'm in an unfamiliar house and this lady is making me go upstairs and get in the bed with her daughter, and I don't even know her daughter. I never had met her. So it comes down. I come downstairs, after an hour or two. I said, I watch cartoons now. She said, yeah, you can watch cartoons now. I heard her when the lady got up. I'm guessing when I got over there, she might have been asleep. So that's why she told me to go upstairs and get in the bed, because she didn't want to just leave me downstairs by myself. So then I got to, it's time for me to eat because I got to be at school at a certain time. Well, I wanted breakfast. I was like, well, I don't really want lunch, and now I want breakfast because I'm a little hungry. And she proceeded to give me some food that wasn't mine. And I told her, I was like, well, where's my cereal that my mom bought me and my milk? Because I couldn't drink. I know that the milk that she was giving me wasn't mine because I don't drink whole milk. I'm lactose intolerant. Usually my mom would give me like 1% or 2% milk because I'm lactose intolerant and the milk just ain't going to stay down. And so I'm like, the milk that she was trying to give me, I know that wasn't mine. So I'm looking at the milk. I'm like, nah, because that milk would make me sick. I know that's not my milk. And it wasn't my cereal because me and my brother was really picky about this. The only time we ate cereal that didn't have sugar on it was when we was at our grandparents' house, okay? So I knew that the cereal that she was giving me, my man, it was the kind without the sugar on it. And I know that my mother only bought us, most of the time, one brand of cereal until me and my brother started being really picky about the kind of cereals that we had. And that was Frosted Flakes, y'all. So that was another issue. Why are you giving me food that's not mine? I don't want that. What is the food that my mama bought me? And I'm 5 years old. At 5 years old, that's how I was talking at 5. Even down to my lunch. And when I refused to eat the breakfast, she was going to give me lunch. But she was trying to give me some bologna. Now, I eat bologna, but I know my mama ain't put no bologna in that bag. She put some ham in the bag because, okay, I don't really eat bologna like that. I do, but I don't. I'm not even being bougie, but my mama used to buy me ham. And we ate Wonder Bread. So that wasn't even my bread neither. We ate white Wonder Bread. That's the only kind of bread my mama used to buy. Anyway, the reason why I'm telling y'all this story is because this lady was constantly trying to give me things that wasn't mine. I don't know if she was doing something to the food though, that she was trying to give me, or she was just trying to keep my food so she can eat the good stuff, because I had the good stuff. It was considered good when I was growing up back in the day. But it wasn't just that. It's the fact that this lady was trying to get over on me, and that I was smart enough to know that she was trying to get over on me. I felt uncomfortable. And I would go every day. She would do the same thing every day, y'all. Every day she would do the same thing. And I told my mother, I said, you keep sending me down here with this lady with the horns on her head. I don't even know if my mom remembered me saying that. But I told my mother that you keep sending me down here with the lady with the horns on her head. I referred to her as the devil. As a little girl, 5 years old. Because I saw her as the devil. She was evil. I mean, I could tell by the way she was looking. She was evil. Do y'all know that God let me know that if I had to continue going there and I hadn't told my mom that this lady was mistreating me. She was mean to me and everything. God let me know that I would have been hurt, like they would have tried to do something to me. I'm not sure what it was, but one day, I only went there, y'all, for like a week and a half. I didn't even last like a week and a half. I went there one day, and I said, when she get ready to walk me, because my school was in walking distance from my house, she would walk me to the school every day. I could cross the street because we had a crossing guard. And at the street that I had to cross, the biggest street that I had to cross, I knew the crossing guard, the lady, she hold up the little stop sign. She knew my grandfather. So I knew that once I got to her, she was gonna let me pass. Cause I forgot her name, but I was gonna be like, hey, miss, and she was gonna let me go, even if I wasn't with this lady. Now the lady that was watching me, I knew she wasn't gonna run, y'all. So once I took off running, I had put up this whole plan in my head that when I get halfway, I'm running from her. I'm running. I'm not, and that's, I knew that if I did that, she wasn't gonna want to watch me no more. And she was gonna tell my mama that I ran away from her. I had to come up with a plan to get away from her, because I kept referring to her as the lady with the horns, because she was evil. I actually saw her like as the devil, y'all. At 5 years old, I'm like, this lady is evil. She's going to try to do something to me. I could tell by the way she was looking at me every day. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I had to tell my mama, because my mother don't see this lady in this way that I'm seeing her. I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. The average 5-year-old ain't up on it like that. But I'm telling y'all, as soon as I got halfway, she was walking me, I took off. When I tell y'all I took off, I knew she wasn't going to run behind me. I ain't going to tell y'all why I knew. She didn't have anything wrong with her, but she was kind of a heavy-set lady, and I knew that she was not going to run behind me. She wasn't going to run behind me. I took off running. Running. I saw that crossing guard. I'm like, hey, Miss Crossing Guard lady. She let me back because she knew my grandfather. She called my mom that evening. And she like, your daughter ran away from me. My mother like, she did? My mother know me. I'm if somebody mistreated me or did, I'm going to tell my mama. And she called me in the room. She like, Yana, why you run away from the babysitter? And I'm like, Mama, because she evil, the lady with the horns on her head. Because she evil. And she like, what? I said, Mama, she is evil. And she make me get up and go get in the bed with her daughter every day. I be telling her I got my school clothes on. She be so mean to me and everything. And Mama, I'm a good kid. I'm not a bad kid. Why she mean to me? Her husband, she had a husband, y'all. I said, her husband, they mean to me. They not nice to me. I don't want to go back there. She take my food and she keep eating my food. And she be looking at me like she want to hit me or something. I said, I can't go back there. Something bad gonna happen to me. I don't want nothing bad to happen to me. And I started crying. 5 years old. 5 years old. I told my mom I can't go back there because the lady with the horns. Y'all, when I tell y'all, and I always saw people like that, but the older I got, the more I kind of blocked it out. I blocked it out. I blocked out what I saw. And then to go back there I remember from when I was 5 years old up until now, up until I was not now, but 34 years old, those senses of seeing people and the evil that's inside of them, the demons that's inside of them, I started to see them. And it scared me because I hadn't saw it since I was a little girl. I blocked it out. I blocked out what I was seeing. I blocked out, I could not see it anymore. When you're a kid, you're vulnerable. You're innocent. It's an innocence about you. At 34 years old, those things that were happening to me when I was 5 years old, it started coming back. It started coming back. And by the time I turned 40, it was really potent. And that's kind of sort of the reason why I put myself in a bubble. Because I'm like, oh, it's happening to me again. I'm like, oh, this thing that happened to me when I was little, the way that I could see the demons in people. Y'all is so strong that even a family member, if you got something on you, if you're not right, yeah. And then people be like, why she ain't talking? You antisocial. It's not that. I see the good in the bad. I see the good in the bad. It's not that I don't like you. It's not that I don't want to be social with you. I'm seeing things. And, you know, I know things about you. It's like God has heightened all of my gifts. They're on a different level. And not only are they on a different level, but it is also changing who I am as a person. Some of the things that I used to do, I don't do no more. Like all of a sudden, I don't want to do those things no more. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to listen to this. I was listening, like I love music. And I was listening to some music on the radio the day in my car. And I started listening to the words. I said, oh, no, wow. I felt condemned. Like, I don't want to be around the same type of people. I don't want to listen to the same type of music. My whole mindset and how I look at life, it's just like it happened to me overnight. It's like my eyes were open, but they were open in a different way. I see life in a different view. And when you're different, when God has a calling on your life, when he's putting you in a place where you're supposed to be, timing is everything. When it is your time to shine, when it is your season, everything around you is going to look different. That same thing that was in me when I was 5 years old, that saw that lady and that demon that was inside of her. Yeah. That never went away. I just blocked it out. That never went away. What I saw never went away. I just blocked it out. But God is like, now is your time. He said, I'm going to bring it all back to you. I'm going to allow you to remember so that you can go forth in life, so that you can start your journey, start your path. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Oh my goodness, I had to tell that story. I can remember being 5 and so innocent and seeing things and not really saying that, oh, I just saw, and just ignoring it or feeling overwhelming or feeling, it's a feeling of knowing, you know things and you're like, how do I know that? Or why do I know this? Throughout my life, it still kind of happened to me. Like I would know certain things about people, but it lied dormant because I was not using my gift. I was not using my gift. But in order for me to use it, I had to reconnect with God because I was not connected to God the way that I should be or I should have been. So it's a reconnection with God. You want to walk in God's light. You want God to shine through you. God shines through us. God shines through your soul. Whatever's in the inside of you is going to show outwardly. This is deep because this is also a healing process for me. And it may be me speaking and telling you all my story. I'm hoping that it's encouraging you in some kind of way. Y'all, this is a journey. I can hear God say, don't say too much. Don't overdo it. But this is a journey for me. Sitting here and just thinking about that story that I just told you all about when I was 5 years old, I put that story in the back of my head and I kind of forgot about it. But my mother, she remembers it. If I tell her, she said, I remember when you told me about the lady and you ran from her. She didn't know the extent to why I ran. I just told her that I didn't like being there, that I felt uncomfortable, but she didn't know the extent of why I felt uncomfortable. I didn't even understand it. I understand it now because I'm older, but I didn't understand it then. Now, God is preparing us. It starts even when you're young. He's preparing you. He's getting you ready for your journey. It wasn't meant for me to be that person then because I needed to growth. I needed growth. I needed to develop into the person that I am right now. And I wasn't developed into that person yet. I was still very naive. I needed to experience things more. There were some lessons that needed to be learned. I was not mature enough to handle what comes along with talking to God people. You have to have a certain level of maturity. You have to have a patience. You have to have a love for God. There's so many things that you have to be good in, and that God has to excel you in order for you to be able to talk to his people. Because you're going to come across so many different people on this type of journey that I'm going on, that we're all going on. I thank God for giving me the mind to talk to his people today. And it just really hit me when I told that story, because I kind of had forgot about it. I know that's just God reminding me of it. My God, but I thank you all for coming to my channel. And remember to don't give up. Don't ever give up. Let's try this thing again. And again and again and again if you have to. Don't give up. Remember the things that God has taken you through. They're conditioning you. They're getting you ready for your journey. For whatever endeavor that God has for you. Whatever destiny, God is getting you ready. Timing is everything. And when it's your season for you to shine or start that business, when it's your season and it is your time for you to walk at the path that God has for you, he is going to make a way. He is going to make a way for you. My name is Liliana, Woman with a Vision. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, for viewing my channel, for viewing my videos. I really appreciate all of you all. I really do. I really appreciate all of you all for listening. My God. You all be blessed. I love you.